As part of any preventative maintenance, cleaning of the bill validator is a pretty critical thing to accomplish. I'm going to show you how to do that and kind of how to do that most effectively. You want to take the bill validator out of the TCR without turning it over, or certainly without turning it upside down. We need to remove this bottom tray. You'll see why in a second. This back one here on the left rear does go through a grounding strap, so you'll need to remember to put that back on as you reassemble this. There are 4 screws that hold the bottom plate on. It can sometimes be a little bit difficult to get off, especially without being able to turn it upside down. And it's always twice as difficult on camera, of course. One more screw to go. All right, so normally on a machine that's used, this is a lab machine, so much less used. On machines that's used, you would expect to see a lot of note, dust, and dirt buildup here, and we just want to like knock that out. Maybe use our data vac and blow that off. Once that's off, then we can kind of do the rest of the work here. So you do want to open the machine. You want to clean all the CIS screens. There are 4 of those, 2 on the bottom and 2 on the top. I think I'll open this up a little bit later and show you like exactly what's in here. Now that we can clean it out, we want to like grab any of the gears and we want to clean each of the 14 thickness sensors. This is kind of one of the most critical things you can do. There's not really a need to remove these 3 screws and take this Mylar sheet off unless there's really something nasty underneath it. But you want to be really careful if you do that. The next thing that we do want to do is to carefully remove the 3 screws for this front cover. All of these things crack and break. You can see that this one is nearly destroyed. So we'll need to be super careful putting that back on because it does have the prisms as part of the front IR sensors built into the bottom of it. So you'll see these little legs as they come out. We'll go over the shafts, and these are the prisms. So you're going to want to take, again, your data vac or compressed air or whatever you have, and you're going to want to blow out of this like after you've done a good job of cleaning off the bottom and making sure we're not blowing dust anywhere. So that's kind of the second part of this. Here I will show you. I don't think that this is necessary. I don't necessarily recommend this, but it is an option. I'm really doing this so that you can kind of see clearly inside of it. So on one side, I have taken off the end plate to the hinge, and on the other side, I've actually taken off the stop so that we can take the whole thing apart and fold it and open, and I'll show you that, right? So now that those are off, right, we can take this off and fold it completely in half. So again, you're going to want to use your rag, clean all the CIS sensors really well, all 4 of those. Back in the back here, the magnetic resonance sensors, they can get some buildup. I think you can probably see some here. You just want to clean that really well. And then up here are our ultraviolet sensors. So you want to clean each of those. This is kind of one of those places where you want to be careful, right, that we don't blow dust into that area. On this model of BV, we really don't need to take this rear plate off. Like that doesn't really get us anywhere. So this is really about all you need to do, and kind of cleaning each of these rollers and making sure that they're clean. Again, the important thing is to turn the gears and make sure that the actual rollers that do the driving are clean and free of any nasty stuff. We'll kind of put that back together in the reverse order, and I want to show you like one other thing, which is this. Again, not necessary, but on a machine that is heavily used or in an environment that could be dirty, and you'll kind of be able to see it as you look through the fan opening, is that we can take this top part off. We'll have to be careful as we move it off because there is the fan motor attached. So with those 4 screws out, right, we can pull this off, and we'll be a little bit careful. If you do blow the fan out, make sure you hold it so that it can't spin, and then you would just blow the rotors off themselves. And you might want to blow off in here, that often you see like a big spot of dust in here. So no need to get super aggressive in here, just might want to clean it a little bit. And one interesting thing to note is this is actually the micro SD card, which contains all the images of all the bills scanned. So if you really did need bill images, you could remove that card temporarily, put it in your laptop, pull off all the images, they're listed by date, and then you would have those images. Okay, that is it for a BV, except for putting it back together. We just do that in reverse order. Thank you.